Words lie. Bodies hesitate. In every conversation, two dialogues happen at the same time. One is spoken, the other is silently revealed. Psychology shows that much of what we feel in communication doesn't come from words. It comes from posture, movement, distance, and micro-behaviors we barely notice. In this video, we're going to decode the most revealing body sign language during communication and what psychology says they actually mean. Not guesses, not assumptions, but patterns that reveal when someone is engaged, defensive, confident, uncomfortable, or quietly checking out. Let's start with the first signal the brain reads before a single word is processed. Sign 1. Posture. Open versus closed. Posture speaks before language. When someone holds an open posture, relaxed shoulders, uncrossed arms, upright alignment, the brain reads safety and openness. There is low perceived threat. But when posture closes, crossed arms, hunched shoulders, tight positioning, the body is signaling self-protection, not necessarily hostility, but emotional resistance or discomfort. This isn't conscious, it's neurological. Posture is the brain's first safety signal, long before words form. And once posture sets the tone, the eyes take over. Sign 2. Eye contact, connection or control. Eye contact regulates trust and power in real time. Direct eye contact often signals confidence, interest, or honesty. It shows presence, engagement. Avoiding eye contact can suggest nervousness, discomfort, or withholding, though context always matters. But too much eye contact is just as revealing. Excessive staring can feel aggressive or controlling. It becomes a dominance test rather than connection. There are also subtle leaks most people miss. Rubbing the eyes or closing them longer than necessary is often the brain's attempt to block out something it disagrees with or doesn't want to process. The eyes don't just see, they regulate hierarchy. And after the eyes, attention shifts to the most expressive tools we have. Sign 4. Hands and gestures, transparency signals. Hands evolved to show threat or the absence of it. Open palms communicate honesty and cooperation. Hidden hands, in pockets, under tables, signal psychological withholding. Pointing fingers or clenched fists suggest dominance or aggression. Excessive gesturing often reveals nervous energy or emotional overflow. Fidgeting exposes impatience or anxiety. Gestures don't just support words, they either reinforce them or betray them. And while hands are expressive, the head often reveals commitment or doubt. Head movements, agreement versus doubt. The head moves when the mind commits or hesitates. Nodding encourages agreement and signals alignment. A tilted head often shows curiosity or vulnerability, a sign of psychological openness. But sudden stillness is especially important. When the head freezes, the brain is processing, evaluating, or becoming suspicious. These movements are subtle, but they guide the rhythm of conversation. And rhythm in communication is deeply tied to space. Sign 5. Personal space, comfort boundaries. Distance is never neutral. Leaning in signals interest, trust, or curiosity. Leaning away signals discomfort or disengagement. Sudden changes in distance usually mean emotional shifts. Proxemic psychology shows that space is safety. Standing closer can signal intimacy, confidence, or dominance. Keeping distance can signal respect, discomfort, or cultural norms. How someone manages space directly affects how pressured or comfortable the interaction feels. And when people feel comfortable, something fascinating happens unconsciously. Sign 6. Mirroring, unconscious bonding. Mirroring is psychological alignment in motion. When people match posture, tone, pace, or gestures, it signals trust and safety. This happens automatically. No mirroring, on the other hand, often suggests emotional distance or resistance. You don't force mirroring. It appears when rapport is real. But even when faces are controlled, another part of the body tells the truth. Sign 7. Feet and lower body. True direction. People monitor their faces. They forget their feet. Feet point toward what the brain wants. Feet facing you signal engagement and attention. Feet angled away suggest the desire to leave. Crossed legs pointing outward often show disengagement. Restless feet can signal nervousness or eagerness to escape. There's a powerful cue psychologists call exit direction. If someone is smiling, nodding, and agreeing, but one foot is already pointed toward the door, the conversation is psychologically over. The brain has already chosen flight. On the flip side, bouncing or happy feet, when not anxious, can signal excitement and dopamine release. And sometimes, stress leaks out even when everything else looks calm. Sign 9. Microtensions, stress leaks. Microtensions are involuntary. Jaw tightening, lip pressing, shoulders subtly rising. These movements signal internal conflict or suppressed emotion. The person may sound calm, but the body is negotiating stress. These leaks are small but consistent, and timing often exposes what movement doesn't. Sign 10. Timing and pauses, power dynamics. Silence communicates authority. Fast responses often signal anxiety, eagerness, or the need to please. Controlled pauses signal confidence and dominance. Psychology consistently links slower timing with higher perceived authority. Nervous minds rush, grounded minds wait. And nowhere is emotion more visible than on the face. Here is the twist to keep in mind. Body language is not a lie detector. Culture, personality, trauma, and environment change meaning. Psychology teaches pattern recognition, not single signals. One sign means little. Clusters reveal truth. Crossed arms alone mean nothing. Crossed arms plus avoiding eye contact plus leaning away suggests disengagement. Observation beats assumption, always. Here is the truth. Most people listen only to words, but influence, trust, and intention are revealed in movement, silence, and space. When you learn to read body sign language, you don't judge, you understand. And understanding changes how you communicate forever. The body never lies. It simply waits for you to listen. Use this knowledge for observation, not judgment. Context always matters. If you want to master the psychology of influence, click the video on the screen now and subscribe for more. And next time, we'll explore how body language can be used to shape conversations, not just read them.